once called my next guest the greatest comic genius of America. Let's take a look at an excerpt from one of his classic routines.
Once again, gentlemen, let me say that I am not unprepared at this juncture.
Please welcome the kingpin of the golden days of television, Ceasar. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Do you look at those old shows much? Do you?
Not too much. I look at them when I have to.
We made you.
Yes, they did. But when we were writing the show, we never had time to look at the Kinescope. We never had time to look at the show because we were so busy writing the next show, so we never had time to look at them.
Right.
I looked at them years later. That's when I found out.
It's an incredible... To come up with that much material is an incredible
Well,
run.
you see, and it's not only that the show was an hour and a half, it's also that it was not 20 weeks or 22 weeks, it was 39 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you do 39 weeks, you start to meet yourself coming in, you know?
Now, yeah, something that must bring you back, Neil Simon just debuted a new show, Laughter on the 23rd Floor, which is about, pretty much, he was one of your writers, about his experience working on that show.
It's about the writer's room.
Was it an accurate portrayal?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty much when you come to the truth, see, I always base everything on the truth, because if you believe it, you'll go with it, you know. If you don't believe it, you won't associate with it. You won't be part of it. Mm-hmm. So he got right on it, and it's a marvelous show. It really is. It's laughter, I mean, and it brought back so many memories.
How does he? How do you come across in this play? How were you portrayed?
The truth, you know, about the drinking and the pills and all the other things, and my temper.
You had a legendary temper at the time. You were.
Oh yeah.
Very. Well, you've been portrayed also in Joseph Bologna portrayed you in My Favorite Year, and
yes.
You're in that movie. You're a thug. You're tossing people around, and I mean it's very funny. It's an abstraction.
I thought it was a good movie. I loved it.
It's a great
My
movie.
Favorite Year, and Joe Bologna did a hell of a job. Really a good job. And this Nathan Lane, he does a really wonderful job. I mean, it's.
But that's just based on some truth that you were
yes,
very physical. You guys were a very physical bunch. There's a story out that you once got kind of angry with Mel Brooks and did something a little rash.
Well, that was in Chicago. You know, I was playing the Chicago Theater there. I was staying at the Palmer House, and I was doing 8, 9 shows a day. If you do 8, 9 shows a day, you start to get. And I can't eat in between because I can't eat when I'm performing. So I saved all my hunger for at night. So I came home to the Palmer House and I was sitting down and I looked at my food and boy, and Mel was with me, you know. And Mel said, "No, I want to go out." I said, "What?" He said, "I want to go out. I want to go out. I don't want to hang around here. I just don't want to go. I want to go out." I said, "But I just sat down to eat. I want to go out." I said, "Well, you want to go out? Okay." And I went over and I picked him up and I took him to the window and I said, "How far out you want to go?"
What floor are we on here? This is the
18th.
18th floor. He decided to stay in then, have some more
My
milk.
brother was with me, thank God. He saved the both of us, otherwise the both of us would have gone out.
Now, Mel Brooks was in your writing room. You had Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, Neil Simon, Larry Gelbart, Woody Allen.
It's amazing.
We all sit in the same room.
Now, did you have any idea at the time that, say, that Woody Allen would go on and become a guy in front of the camera?
No, I hadn't. I mean, these men were.
Did they seem like performers to you at the time, or did they
not really?
seem?
No,
Yeah.
not really. But I know that Woody was doing stand-up at the time, but he was also a great writer. Tremendous. Excuse me. I was so lucky to get into, to have these writers come to write with me. It was just, it's like. During history, like you take art. All of a sudden, there's a cluster of great artists, you know, like Rembrandt and Van Dyck and Frans Hals and Titian. They all came together at a certain period. The same thing with musicians, you know. There was Haydn, all of a sudden there was Mozart, and there was Beethoven. It all comes in a cluster. Same thing with, and this happened to be just, we all happened to meet at the same time. It was just gold.
Now that writing room, how much of that, how did you guys work? Was a lot of it improvised, that sketch that we just saw where you're, you know, with the hot dog? Was that something that came out of improvisation? Oh, it was a pickle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big mistake, big mistake.
Times have, yeah.
I know,
quality has fallen off in talk show hosts. So, was something like that, would it come out of improvisation? Would you guys work together pretty much?
It was everything, you know, because we would get a subject, you know, and we would take it like, let's say, I had a thing like, I was working and we'd have 6 tickets. My boss come over and said, I got 6 tickets, you know, and the visiting fireman didn't come in, and you want to have them? I said, gee, that's fine, but it's for tonight. It's for Snap Your Garter tonight. And you had to, you know, I had to get in touch with this one and this one. And it all comes to gel because everybody pitches in. Everybody pitches back. And then we, you know, what it's on the paper, but when we put it on its feet, it takes an entirely different form. So when you know, it may sound good on paper. When you put it up on its feet, there's not enough language to get here. There's not enough dialogue to get there. So you have to improvise. And by improvising and the writing, because nothing starts without the writers. It doesn't take place if it doesn't have the writers. And when you get it up on its feet, you find different things. You find this, you find that. And it's a way of working that you use everybody's brain. Right. Nobody went home until the show was finished. I mean, they came to the show and they rooted their jokes in and they rooted all their ideas in. And
here they cut out the minute my back is turned. They're just gone. They don't care. Well, like, work it out yourself, O'Brien. We're gonna have to step away for just a second. We'll have more Sid Caesar when we come back.